after 43 years and 5 kids, for the first time in our lives, we got lice. And it really wasn't a big deal. We got rid of it. It was super easy, and I wanted to share how we did it. These are the supplies that I'm using. I have a white towel. I have a plastic comb. I have something to tie the hair back, so it can be rubber bands, it can be a clip. I have a lice comb, and this is a metal one. I will include all the links to these items in the video description because this comb was fantastic. I have a spray bottle of water, and then that cream helps release the eggs from the hair shaft. Highly recommend. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna find a comfortable seat for your child because this is gonna take a little while. You're gonna put one towel over their shoulders, and then you're gonna section the hair so that most of it is up on top of the head and there's just a thin layer along the bottom. I didn't do a very neat job of this, but you get the idea. Then you're gonna spray the hair to get it wet, and you're gonna apply 1 or 2 pumps of the cream to the hair shaft. I'm going to use the larger plastic brush just to make sure there aren't any tangles, and then I'm ultimately going to be brushing through my child's hair in 5 different directions using that lice comb, and that's the key to making sure that you get out every last nit, which is the egg that attaches to the hair follicle, as well as any lice that might have already hatched. So I'm going to go 5 times in each place, and then I'm going to wipe the comb onto that towel that I have next to me. Now, we've already done this a number of times with my child, so I actually am not finding any nits or any lice here, but I wanted to show you the process so that you knew how we had done it all the prior times. Once I've combed through this section of hair, I'm going to take another inch or so of hair from the ponytail on top of her head and repeat the process. So now I'm doing the second direction of hair. I'm going from her right ear, right over the top of her head, all the way over to the left ear. When the nits attach themselves to the hair follicle, there's no telling where they are on that round shaft. So combing through the hair in 5 directions is an essential way of getting rid of all of those little nits. Here we are combing her hair in the 3rd direction, from the left ear right over the top to the right ear. And again, I've already applied the cream to most of the hair, so I don't have to reapply the cream, but occasionally I am reactivating the cream and just giving it a spray with my water bottle. The 4th direction of combing is to make a part right down the center of the head, and then I'm going to go down from the center towards the right ear and down from the center towards the left ear. And again, each time I'm making sure that I run that lice comb through each little part of her hair 5 times, and then I'm repeating. I don't think it matters if you do these 5 directions in the same order that I did. And I also think if your child has a bad case of lice, it makes sense to section the hair each time you're combing in a different direction. I didn't find any evidence of lice when I combed through that first direction, so I was a little bit more casual with how I combed through the other 4 directions. Finally, here's that 5th direction. I have my child bend over. She has her head on her knees, and I'm moving the comb from the nape of her neck up towards the crown of her head. All of the products that we're using are all natural, which means I was able to repeat this process every day. There's no harsh chemicals, there's no reason that I can't do it on a daily basis, and we haven't had lice since I combed through their heads the 2nd day of this. On the day we found out the kids had lice, we did go ahead and launder their sheets and their pillowcases. Thankfully, lice don't do very well off of the human head, nor do they burrow the way bed bugs do, so we didn't have to worry about their mattresses, we didn't have to worry about their pillow inserts. And because our kids don't have a lot of stuffed animals in bed with them, we didn't have to worry about those either. If your kids get lice and you do happen to have a lot of stuffed animals, what you can do is put these into a trash bag and then just put them aside for a week or so. Again, lice don't do very well off of a human head, and that is plenty of time for them all to die off, and then you can bring all those beloved stuffed animals back into the house. As an added precaution, we went ahead and we vacuumed the few couches where the kids really do lie and lounge. So the playroom, a couple couches in the family room, but that was about all that we did aside from treating their heads. We made sure to keep their hair pulled back into buns or braids until we were confident that we had gotten rid of this. We have a shampoo that helped provide an added barrier to the lice, but basically, it wasn't a big deal. We had a couple days where we had to be really careful, and we went through their hair and we combed it the way I showed you, but it hasn't come back, and fingers crossed, we won't get it again.